Hey Jim. Yeah, I have that the one I just fixed, the Red-D-Arc Welder, the diesel one. Why, what's up? Okay. Yeah. Yeah, we can definitely do that. All right. You get to that point, I'll get the welder and everything ready and I'll meet you up there. Okay. All right. Bye. All right, let's see if this thing's gonna fire right up. Doing a quick preheat. There we go. Yeah. Right up. That side. All right, well, the plan today is to help a friend of mine fix his hay rake. It busted here out in the field. We're going to use the Red-D-Arc Welder Generator to kind of get that thing fixed up. So come on over here and we'll take a look. Check this out. So this is a John Deere 702 10-wheel V-rake. So essentially what it does is you pull it behind a tractor and it brings all of the hay into the middle. So basically it'll take 2 rows into one single row. And he was raking out here in the field and all of a sudden all he heard was the tractor. Didn't hear this thing doing its thing. Turns around, hoses were flailing, one had ripped off and the entire tongue had broken off. And so he had to go back and get it. Not quite sure why. So a lot of times when they have this sleeve in the middle, it's so that the tongue can twist as it goes over uneven terrain. Well, this thing has been fixtured in place somehow. Not sure quite why. This bolt would be basically for taking it apart so you could remove the tongue. So we're going to take that off. The plan is to essentially just grind a bevel on both sides and weld it back together. I'm not sure if we're going to find some additional thing to strengthen it. It kind of looks like at some point it's been, you know, beefed up right here. That does not look factory. This plate is definitely factory, but that top piece and that bottom piece looks like it's been added. And I could be wrong on that, I don't know. But whatever. Either way, simple fix. And today we're going to put the old Red-D-Arc Welder Generator to use out here in the field. So if you haven't seen this series, I think there's like 4 videos on it so far. Took this thing from a piece of junk to an awesome usable piece of machinery. So let's get this thing set up so we can get him back out in the field raking. So I've got this box here and we'll get welding helmet, leads, we'll get stinger, ground clamp. So when we did that project, Airgas sponsored the video, and basically we've got Radner, which is a product that Airgas owns, sent us some welding rod. We got some of their welding gloves we're going to use, and a welding jacket. So we'll grab all those. And I thought about bringing a battery operated grinder, but hey, we have a generator here and it does work. So we're going to go ahead and use an old school, I don't know, some of you might call it old school. I still don't think, you know, corded grinders are old school. I mean, I used them for so long before. But with battery power being what it is today, it is almost getting to the point where you could call it old school. So yeah, that's kind of just a little kit that I've got. It's got some other accessories for the welder generator. Get this thing set up and fired up, and then we'll rock and roll. Give it a little preheat. We'll see if this baby will pop right off. There we go. This thing has been holding on by barely anything for a while. So rusted run up.
Oops, wait a minute. There we go. How's that look?
I mean, it looks good.
Looks good?
Yeah, I mean, there's a tiny bit more on top. But
It don't matter.
I say we fill it
yeah.
down there.
Good?
I'd say it's good enough for the...
We just line the top up and then we'll spin it
I almost
around.
wondered, do we stick this under there?
I'll hold it and we'll tack one on the top and then we'll spin it. I mean, we got the pipe in the inside. How are we going to spin it? No, I'm saying tack the one and then we can just keep a tack on top and then we'll line it up the top and bottom.
Okay.
And then weld. I mean with the jack, almost get it just about right. Down the way. Covered like you right on top. Yep. That's the tag.
I know, I'm going to turn up where it helps.
Yeah, when? Good? Good. I'll just strap on the bottom. Let me lift up a little so we suck it in.
What? Top? Okay. What?
Yep.
Time to make that shit. Turn that up to like maybe 70 or 80 on the small dial. I think I need to go higher. It keeps biting. You can go up to the next one. And then take the other one down. Yeah. I'm gonna lay one on each side of it. Down the middle.
I don't think so.
Okay.
I think because the hose has got to come across, so I think we're gonna leave it.
I mean, just like leaving a flat bar or nothing.
At this point, I think I'm gonna make sure I can hook up, make sure everything's right there. I know I'm in a hole, but I think it's close enough.
I'm sure this is not as tight as it came from the factory, so.
I think that's even gonna be stronger than what it was.
Yeah, yep. Luckily than what you've been pulling. for the what little bit was hanging on.
These are all messed up anyways. None of these are right. Yeah, you know, I got it that way.
Yeah, I mean, it's an old farm machine. It's,
Yeah.
And that is why I don't like the on-off switch.
Yep. You good?
Yep.
I heard what it was doing.
You can't just let go.
You good?
Safety third. Yep.
Okay. You went fine.
Yep, I broke that off.
Yep.
I didn't think it was even that hard.
No. That's all right. Hey, leave it out. I ain't gonna do that anyway.
Why don't we just weld it?
Just leave it open for now. We're good. Just in case I thought about nothing else and something happens, I could put a washer there.
I'll just take the grinder and I'll grind a little bit and get it in there.
That one?
Yeah.
Because
Get it out. Real thin. If you can thread that in, I think it'll be. It's going to be like a thread switch. Yeah, I made it. It's after.
tap. There you go. All right.
Yeah.
Somebody else welded this on too.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think that was part of this, and it broke here.
Huh?
Yeah. Makes sense, because it wouldn't have had a seam here if it wasn't there.
So I'm sure it's gonna fatigue over time.
It almost makes me, we almost ought to just weld that bolt, because it really is doing nothing but making it a weak spot. All right, weld the hole, get the water out.
Okay.
Still running strong, hasn't even had a single hiccup. All right, there we go. I welded one root pass in the middle, 2 on each side, ground it down, got all the slag off, and then put one final pass right over the top. I really don't even think that bolt needs to be there, but we're gonna leave it. I think the bolt was there, and this weld here was never there, so that you could unbolt this and the whole sleeve would come off of that small intersection, so you could take this tongue off to be able to, you know, park it somewhere better. The other thing it could do is it basically would allow it to pivot. So when you had the bolt in there, it would fixture it solid, and I don't think it will not pivot now, right? Yeah, it's not gonna pivot at all. But he's been using it for years like this, so, you know, it's better than it was.
Bought it that way.
Bought it, like you said, he bought it that way. I'm not a rock star welder, but I can stick metal together enough to get this old rake back out here doing its job. That actually wasn't too bad of a fix. You know, just kind of welding that back together, definitely get him back in the field. So I think right now he's headed to go get the tractor, and we're gonna hook it up and put that whole thing back to use. Sure, right?
That one needs to go under. There you go.
So this post got bent in the adventure of breaking this off, and so we need to bring it this way. So Every farmer loves his come along.
One catch. By the way,
There we go. Just need to beat it. Hammer's not big enough. Get a bigger one.
like yourself.
Let me go more. Oh, still more.
Oh, lost it. Don't want to take it. That's over the tonnage of the piece.
Can you lower the bale?
I think it'll pop it.
This. Use the hydraulics on this. Let it down. Wrap it down and under.
Right there. Wrap around it. Nope. Around it and back to me. I don't have that much room on the front. Okay.
I said, this is about as farmer as it gets.
Raise up. Easy, easy. Oh, 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 oh. Down, down. Up a little. Oh. Up a little. Up. Are you up? Is this all the way up? That's it.
Here's the thing. Sometimes when you're farming, you just have to get it done. It's not about perfect. It's about getting into the field so you don't lose the crop. And that is what all the work is for, right there.
Poor man Jack.
Would you take a look at the size of the cojones on that guy? Got some babies out here. One thing about cows is they're very interested in things. They're curious. They just want to see, what are you doing? Who are you? Why do you have a GoPro or a camera in my home? See them all? This whole pack here is just checking me out. Now, see the brown one, little baby right there? A little brown one here. Those two are twins. So I think they're a couple of months old maybe. And there's a couple other little babies. There's another one right behind this heifer here. And a lot of these are real small, you know, maybe 5, 6, 7 months old. But look at these guys, they're just checking me out. But there they are, eating their food. That's what it's all about. Getting the crops to the animals. So for those that have watched the channel, this is the same place that we rescued the well. So here's the well. And I know it's getting kind of dusk here, but Jim has told me he's able to get at least 500 plus gallons out of this thing per day, to the point that he's not having to run water from the other property over to here. And he's keeping the cattle watered and not having to worry about using any water but here on the actual farm, which is awesome. Saves him some money. Not have to worry about and time, yeah, bringing hose over. So all the work is right there. Well, I hope you enjoyed fixing that old hay rake out there, and I kind of showed you most of the process of making hay in regards to raking it and baling it. But if you're at all interested, we could show you a whole video on doing the whole process, actually cutting it and raking it and making bales, and what it actually takes to do that, because it's a lot of work. I mean, people underestimate what hay doesn't just show up. It just takes a ton of time, a ton of fuel, and stuff breaks like this in the field. And at the end of the day, I'm just glad I was able to help Jim get that thing going. So if you recognize this is one of the tractors that we recovered for him. He hasn't had time to do much with it, but he's got plans to get it running. But as always, I hope you enjoyed the video here at Salvage Workshop. I know it was a quick one, but at the end of the day, it's one of those things where I'm glad I can get out here and help a friend get something done so that he can provide for his family and feed those dang cows. So if you like this, I really appreciate it if you like the video. Subscribe if you want. As always though, from my family to yours, thank you for watching Salvage Workshop. You take it easy.